Hello everyone, I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Guys, we got a brand new guaranteed legendary event in Raid Shadow Legends. I think this is the second one for this month and is a bit unexpected, and it will be something very similar with the Kaja event. It will be on one of the brand new legendary champions that were added to the game this month. One of the best ones if I remember it correctly, but we're going to go over the kit. We're going to see if the champion is actually worth it. It will probably require us to open shards. That's kind of like what I'm expecting. We had a lot of different events, and personally, I don't think I have the shards to go for the champion. I'm definitely not going to break my void bank for it, you know. And most probably, personally, I will skip it. It will require me to spend a few $100s probably, and I feel like it's just not worth it at the moment for me. And if you head over to events, we're going to have the New Year Deck of Fate event. Complete event objectives, get Fate cookies and flip cards for rewards. Now, most probably, how I mentioned, it will require us to summon shards because we do have 2x on primals, 2x on sacreds, and we don't have a summon rush starting. We don't have a champion chase tournament starting, so that's kind of like what I'm expecting. The Deck of Fate event, it tends to be pretty okay sometimes, depending on what rewards we are getting from flipping the cards. The way I'm seeing these events, guys, is if we have any resources that we are planning to use anyway, you're just gonna get some extra stuff from it. Now, if it will only require us to open shards to accumulate points, it will be a bit harder to get anything, you know. But I feel like it will have another way on how we can gain points, and most probably will be to get artifacts and accessories, which are not very rewarding for the Deck of Fates usually. So probably you need, like, I don't know, 1k runs, 2k runs to complete something like this, if I remember it correctly. The good part is that we have the 3x on speed. We're gonna have a 3x on savage. We're gonna have 3x on retaliation from the ice golem. So some people might be farming some gear and flip a few cards. Let's actually check out the legendary champion that will be added to the event. If I'm not mistaken, is a Skinwalker, and is of course Gwendolyn. Force affinity attack based champion. Overall, the champion looks pretty nice. I love the design. Base stats are pretty good. We have almost 16k HP, 1.5k attack, 1k defense, 100 speed, 102 speed to be more specific. Basic crit rate, 63 crit damage, 30 resistance, 10 accuracy. With the A1, attacks an enemy 3 times. Each hit has a chance to extend the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. Vizier 2.0, guys. Vizier 2.0. A bit late because Vizier used to be meta ages ago. Imagine if we would have had a champion like this when Vizier was meta. So this skill is still pretty good. A triple hitter, it can be helpful in some different areas. Then you have, of course, the A2, attacks all enemies. Fully booked will have a 100% chance to land decreased speed and leech on enemies. Also places a 50% decreased accuracy debuff on enemies under 2 or more debuffs for 2 turns, which is nice for Hydra. Getting the decreased speed, the leech, and getting the decreased accuracy, it will be actually very, very helpful. Then you have the A3, attacks all enemies. Before attacking, places an increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Seems like we are getting a lot of champions that buff accuracy, guys. Like so many. We got quite a few of them this year, actually. Has a 100% chance fully booked of stealing all block debuffs buff from all enemies. If at least one block debuffs buff was stolen from the enemy, places a block debuffs buff on all allies for 1 turn. So you kind of want to leave the Head of Rat to buff actually with the passive, so he gets the block debuffs, and then you're gonna strip them away. Or if the Head of Mischief will steal some buffs from you, including immunity, then you're going to be able to put block debuffs. It's a bit conditional, so I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of having something as conditional in the kit when you really want to kind of like count on this skill for the Hydra to have the block buffs. And the other problem is that it's only for 1 turn. So overall, the champion is fairly decent. I feel like maybe it will have some good use for the Curse series, you know. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan for Hydra just because this is for 1 turn, it's conditional, and personally, I wouldn't drop Ugo out of my team, the epic champion, just to bring this champion in instead, regardless of what other things he might do. The passive, this champion's crit damage increases by 1%, for every 10 points of accuracy they have. Grants an extra turn after this champion uses any 3 skills, which is nice because you will gain that extra turn. You have an accuracy aura in all battles by 60, and overall is a decent champion. It will be something that's requiring us to open 20 plus sacred shards. I'll be very honest with you guys, I don't think the champion is worth the effort, you know. And if you are a Pokemon collector, of course, most probably you will go to get a guaranteed event because, hey, he's an extra legendary that you will have a chance to get, you know. And you never know what sort of use they might have in the future. But as it stands right now, it seems more like a Hydra specialist to me. The only problem is the block debuffs is for 1 turn, is conditional, so I'm not the biggest fan. How I mentioned, this skill is nice to have the decreased speed, decreased accuracy, and the leech. I feel like this skill on his own is actually pretty good and definitely coming in handy, you know, for a lot of people. And that's kind of like how I'm feeling it. Most probably, I will be skipping this champion. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Are you tempted by Gwendolyn the Silent? Do you think it will change anything on your account? Do you think it will give you an insane value in Hydra or in different content? Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.